Welcome to another episode of the Presale Pulse, a channel that is dedicated to helping you understand everything happening in real estate across Metro Vancouver and the Fraser Valley. Now, I'm Ryan Lalonde.
And I'm Brittany Reimer.
Now, if you're new to the channel, this edition of the Presale Pulse is all about recapping both the presale and the resale marketplace over the past 30 days in the Fraser Valley. Our goal is to ensure that all of our subscribers feel like they have their fingers on the pulse and are becoming real estate intelligent. So there's an essence of holiday season in the air. The nights are definitely getting longer, and the housing supply, it's continuing to shrink like a midwinter's day. So yet the irony here is that the Fraser Valley just continues to see seasonally high market activity. Now, the past month was the second most active October in the board's history, and it outpaced only by the October of last year. Brittany, you got to tell us a little bit about what's happening out in Fraser Valley and what we can expect.
Well, let's jump right into it. We have an exciting episode ahead. We'll be looking at projects that we're launching in October and highlight what's coming up in November. We'll spend a little bit of time talking about recent wood frame and concrete launches, redefining values in all of those retrospective markets. And of course, we'll wrap it up with some resale stats. Let's take a look at last month in the Fraser Valley. It's hard not to talk about the concrete elephant in the room, the towers at Latimer Heights. After receiving 1,500 suite selection forms and quickly selling out of their north tower in October, Vesta decided to quietly begin sales for their south tower, and they now have 85% of those homes under contract. We suspect that prices for the south tower are now $20 to $30 higher than where we were with the north tower, and we're estimating now that they're blending about $840 for price per square foot, comparatively speaking to the first tower at $825. Now, this project has really tested the market in Langley as to whether or not Langley is ready for concrete product, and I think, it was unquestionable that the answer to that is yes, it was ready for concrete product. They had so much success that they rolled into their low-rise product, also within the Latimer Heights community, leveraging some of the registrations and the success that they had on their towers. And we're expecting that they started sales and they're blending into the high 600s for their low-rise wood frame building.
I think the only thing I'm going to touch on is that the pricing increase, you mentioned $20 to $30. I think what you meant to say was $20,000 to $30,000 per home increase, yes, which is quite expected given the pace of sales that they've seen to date.
Yeah, absolutely. So another project we've been following is Holland 2 by Town Line. They had a strong start to the sales campaign with over 190 homes sold since launching in mid-October. We estimate they're blending around $940 for price per square foot, which seems to really just be the new normal in the Surrey Centre market. Lastly, a couple additional shout-outs. Harlow by Steelix, they sold out. Channel by Penny Farthing Homes, they've sold out. And then Court by Heinrichs Development also sold out in the month of October. And
all three of those programs, well, 2 out of the 3 are programs that we worked on.
They are.
So starting things off, Victor by ML Emporio. This project is located on the corner of 140th Street and 108th Avenue. Sales began at the beginning of November. The project promptly sold out all 254 homes. Same weekend. This is the third project that ML has actually had a success like that, selling out essentially in 48 hours. This is, however, having a huge benefit for some of the smaller formatted units, which are very attractive for those investors. And so when you think about those really low aggregates and you think about a very high 1-bedroom and small format 1-bedroom and den unit mix, of course, we're going to see those types of sales absorptions.
So staying right in the heart of Surrey, our next project featured is TN Shear's Flamingo 1. This is the first of multiple towers within this master plan community within the Wally district. When completed, this community will include over 1,200 homes, office, commercial, retail space. The tower will include 374 studio, 1-bedroom, 2-bedroom homes, in addition to a really strong amenity program. There has been a lot of hype around the project's tagline, the 15-minute city. So what does this mean? Well, this is centered around the growing interconnectivity between Surrey City Centre with the Surrey to Langley SkyTrain expansion, and with the recent announcement of UBC's expanding presence in the Fraser Valley, there's absolutely no doubt that Surrey is going to stand tall as a prime location to invest in the future.
Now we're going to take a quick look at King and Crescent by Zentera Development. This is one of the latest projects to launch in South Surrey in the King George Hub. The project includes 4 wood frame buildings. The first 2, Fir and Willow, began sales in early November. Zentera sold out of Fir and Willow, approximately 50% of its inventory, accounting for over 160 sales to date. Remaining inventory is predominantly larger 2-bedroom products.
So now let's jump into Chronicle by Tangerine Developments, located right in the heart of Cloverdale, began early realtor previews in early November. Homes ranging from 546 square feet up to 898 square feet and starting in the mid 400s for pricing. We're estimating the average blend for price per square foot on this project will blend out around $680. And they've got a really great unit mix. One beds, also including a heritage building that was built in 1924, which will be included as an additional amenity for the development.
Let's just switch our focus over to resale. Let's talk some numbers.
Let's do it. So no shortage of activity on the sales front in the Fraser Valley, October being the third most active in terms of overall sales for the month in the board's history. As we're seeing across Metro Vancouver, transactions rose month to month over the entire Fraser Valley, increasing 3.9% compared to September, achieving 1,938 sales over the month. Inventory, on the other hand, it still just can't catch a break. While we saw new listings rebound in September, new listings in October then decreased 6.6% compared to September. So we're still really dealing with a seller's market here.
Let's talk a little bit about the composite benchmark price. So October, 1.1 million, that's a 2.2% increase over September, a 27% increase over the past year. This marks the first time the benchmark price in the Fraser Valley has reached above 1.1. Condominium products saw some of the biggest month-over-month gains comparable to the Fraser Valley, achieving record sales activity in March and April. Overall, low inventory is likely to keep pace and continue to push those numbers upwards.
Last but not least, let's talk about the sales to listing ratios in the Fraser Valley. So condo and townhome product was most impacted by this month, rising to 72 and 125%. Those are numbers not seen since 2018. Additionally, it means that in the Fraser Valley, there were approximately 100 more sales in October than there were active listings at the end of the month. I speak specifically to Langley. We saw a 55% sales to listing ratio for September and increased to 80% for October. So that's a massive increase on the sales to listing ratio for just 1 month period, but just shows how highly in demand, specifically condos and Langley are right now. So let's take a deep dive into each product type. Detached homes coming in at a strong and steady 61%, condos at 72%, another big monthly jump, which is the 3-year high for condo product. Keeping in mind, historically, these numbers in the past hovered around 20 to 30% for sales to listing ratios. And then finally wrapping it up with a boom, townhouse product, a staggering 125% this past month. So no surprise with this number, the attitude is still just, let's just get it before it's gone.
It wasn't too long ago, about 6 months ago, that we started making predictions that at that time, the condominium market was relatively slow compared to townhouse and single family. Our prediction is that you're going to continue to see as affordability really becomes way out of reach for those townhome buyers, that they're going to continue to consider alternative options. Condos have been a huge benefactor of that.
They have. And I speak on behalf of our development partners. Their goal is always just to bring amazing communities together. And those communities aren't just investor driven. They're not just looking for small compact 1-bedroom homes, but they're looking to diversify these programs so that we can get young families, investors, first-time buyers, and really just bring these new communities specifically in the Fraser Valley to life.
And interestingly, through that time, we've seen price per square foot of apartments, condos in the Fraser Valley, in Langley, move from the 500, 550 range all the way up now to pressing into the 700.
Yeah, it's staggering to think that, not even 6 months ago, we were mid-5s to high-5s, and quite frankly now, we're going to easily be into mid-7s probably by the spring, if not before, hopefully before. So if you found some value in today's episode, hit that like button and subscribe to our channel and Newswire, our daily email roundup of the latest real estate news. Subscribers get early access to Presale Pulse, market insights, and some of the latest projects breaking ground. Of course, our MLA advisory team is always available if you need data or more marketplace information. Contact us by visiting the links below.
And lastly, we want to hear from you. Leave us a comment if you have any questions or anything that you want us to touch on for our next episode. We really appreciate the feedback. We enjoy hearing from our peers. We love hearing from the industry. We want to make sure that our channel is pertinent and providing everything that you need that you're looking for in the marketplace.
Also, we're excited to announce our next upcoming spotlight will be released very soon. This time, our MLA advisory team has put together a comprehensive sub-market report on Surrey Centre. Visit mlacanada.com or subscribe to our Newswire and our YouTube channel if you haven't already to be notified when we release it.
So Britt, we're mid-November, and it's really hard to believe that next month's Pulse is actually going to be the last Pulse of the year. I've got to ask you, what's on that real estate wish list for 2022?
Oh, that is such a hard one, right? But I think number one thing that comes to mind is probably just a vacation.
A vacation?
Vacation. It's not real estate related, but a vacation would be great.
I'm going to ask for just a little bit more density.
You would.
And we're looking forward to seeing you next month during our special Christmas edition.